Do you, at times, wish you had John Five's collection? Wish no more. Fellow Kiss fans, welcome to It's All For You Demon, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. Welcome to the Wax Night Basement, where we wax, rock and roll nostalgia, and talk Kiss, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. Happy Valentine's Day. Pee-wee's there. We are celebrating Valentine's tonight by discussing an item that I talked to a fellow Kiss fan. I had shown a book in a vlog previously. I don't even remember the topic we were talking about, but I showed a snapshot of a book, and a fellow Kiss fan said, "What book was that? That looked very interesting." And I explained it was the Kiss auction book, and I've never talked about it. I've had it for many years, and it's full of incredible pictures. And so I thought tonight would go through it, would just kind of look if you are thinking of picking up this item. I would highly recommend it. It's an amazing piece. I purchased it at a Kiss Expo in the early 2000s, very early 2000s, and it was probably maybe $45, but I remember seeing it on the table and thumbing through it quickly. And basically, to me, it's kind of like having a history book. It's, man, it is full, and you will see here in 2 seconds when we go to the book, it is full of beautiful items. And let's just get right to it. The Kiss auction book. And this is it, the Kiss auction book from June 24th and 25th, 2000, the auction that was held at the Paramount Studio Theater in Hollywood. And you can see this book is beat to hell. This book was in mint condition when I got it, and I mean, I have just looked at this book continually for, my God, the past 20 years. I have looked at this book continually. Here we are, 2020, and I'm still looking at this book. An amazing book. If you can ever get your hands on one, it's heavy, it's thick, it's awesome, and you're going to see how awesome it is. And one thing I have always wondered is why, when you see the stuff in here, you will firmly agree with me. Why on earth did Kiss unload all of this great merch? And one reason I believe they did, if you look at the timing, this auction was June 24th and 25th, 2000. What happened March 2000? March 11th, 2000, the band kicked off their farewell tour. We all know that never happened. Here we are, February 2020, and the end of the road is still going on. Supposedly, the end of the road's going to end July 17th, 2021. I think really that will be the end of the road. I think that will be the end of touring. There'll still be the one-offs, the cruises, the conventions, the, oh look, Kiss is doing something special. But touring days are over, and I think in 2000 they really thought, this is it, we're going to end it. And they put amazingly cool stuff up for auction. Let's check it out. And as you probably already do, as all good Kiss fans do, we follow John Five's Kiss page, Knights in Satan's Service. He posts amazing stuff from his own collection every day. Amazing stuff, mind-blowing stuff, stuff that a human being should not own. The color forms, test proof, good lord. so amazingly awesome and so cool. Hats off to him, and hats off to you, John 5. Thank you for sharing that with us every single day. The stuff in this book is the kind of stuff John 5 has. And I believe, if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, I believe Ace's boots and cape 79 came from this auction in Knights in Satan's Service John 5's collection. Let's head to the book. And again, I'm not going to go through every page, but I will show you some very cool stuff that I love from this book. Those are kind of cool pictures, you got to admit, right there off the get-go. So here, these were like a description of the dates of the auction itself. But and then we go into like how to bid, stuff that you and I, the normal Kiss fan, would never be able to do because it's just too darn expensive. But starts off with some Psycho Circus memorabilia. Gene's bass. Kind of cool. But we get into some much cooler era stuff. Even this, like the Test album covers for Carnival of Souls. How fun is that?
Perfect.
And I mean, that's the cool thing about this book is, you know, you and I, the normal fan with a normal... I love that so much. Smashes, thrashes, and hits. Proof copy. But you and I with the normal, you know, 9 to 5 financial budget, we can't afford this stuff. We can't afford the actual unmasked cartoon panels by Victor Staubin. We can't afford that, but this book allows us to look at it. Some flyers, some sweet Hot in the Shade and Revenge era stage sketches. Some pages like this, which I'm not personally into, but I know a lot of people are. My friend Todd would kill for stuff like this, like actual Marshall amps and equipment used on various tours. These are pretty sweet. Actual stage used instruments that Gene Simmons' bass, that if you recall he used a lot during the Hot in the Shade tour. Estimated starting bids $5,000 to $7,000. A tad out of my price range. Check this out, like an Elder costume design sketch. And also some sketches of what they wanted Confidential to look like. That alone goes for $400, but that is pretty cool. The Elder drawing started at $600. Man, how cool would that be framed on your wall? Originally owned Gene Simmons Electric Lady Studios satin jacket, and originally owned Gene Simmons Australian Down Under Tour jacket. Here's one for FL Dog and your era. That 137 BC Rich Paul Stanley guitar. How cool would that be hanging on your wall? And this page, I mean, I would just be sitting in the audience drooling at this page. This is the Gene Simmons personally owned Phantom of the Park sketch designs for the movie. Plotting out the different scenes and what they were to look like on film. That is so awesome. This is the all-time best. This is what I would have probably sold my soul to the devil for. The Phantom of the Park robes. I mean, look at that. Can you imagine having... can you imagine having all four? But can you imagine having one of these robes in your kiss room? Probably the most iconic shot from Phantom of the Park and one of the coolest outfits the band has ever worn. The band looks super cool in makeup, kind of out of costume. Dressed to Kill cover. There's some cool shots of Ace on his solo album promotional tour wearing like a leather jacket and bandana with his makeup on. Looks very cool. That in those robes is so awesome. And the set of 4, opening bid, estimated $10,000 to $15,000. But you got all 4. I would love to know who out there has these. And then the book turns even cooler because it goes into actual like eras. The Elder. You got Paul Stanley outfit from The Elder. You have notes, press kits, a script, Ace's outfit from The Elder. I mean, you can't get any cooler than being able to thumb through this book and see amazing stuff like that. The Asylum era, Asylum outfits. I mean, I go through this book sometimes and I'm just like, why on earth would they get rid of this stuff? I mean, wouldn't you want to perhaps put together a convention museum with all this stuff and actually like charge people admission to see this stuff? I mean, I love to look at it in a book. I would gladly travel and... Sorry to jump around here. This is a very odd piece. This is Gene Simmons' personally owned rock clock. Estimated bids $200 to $300. Wouldn't you like to know when Gene Simmons had this clock on his nightstand? But back to what I was saying is, I would travel states and pay admission to be able to walk around a museum setting or a pop-up museum and look at all of this wonderful merch. I wonder why they got rid of it. I wonder why they put it all up for auction. You know, sometimes you read books like Kiss and Sell, and your mind's kind of blown at the financial status of the band. I love that guitar used in the Unmasked promo videos. Such an amazing piece. But you read books like Kiss and Sell by C.K. Lent, and you realize the band's not always in the best financial place that you think they are. But you would think in 2000 that the band was in a pretty happy spot, especially after the reunion, because we all know the reunion is when there's those boots, I believe, that John 5 is the owner of now. And I also believe he owns that cape as well. I think he owns that whole outfit right there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think John 5 owns that whole outfit. And it may have come from this auction. But, back to the story, we all know that, you know, the reunion tour is where Gene and Paul became very wealthy again. Why unload all of this stuff? Unless maybe just out of the goodness of their hearts. I've always loved these Casablanca promotional calendars. Maybe out of the goodness of their hearts they wanted the fans to own some of this stuff. Ha, ha, ha. Hear the sarcasm in my voice. I love this piece though. This is a Gene Simmons owned Casablanca promo calendar with actual notes and drawings in it. He drew the axe base. He drew ideas for his boots. You talk about dreaming big. I love to keep notebooks of ideas, and even for this channel, just jot down ideas and thoughts and plot out vlogs and whatnot. That kind of stuff inspires me. Man, owning that and having that on my wall would be like owning something from George Lucas. This book is so amazing and so fun and just full of amazing, amazing stuff. These are Gene Simmons notebooks from 1969, song lyric books. Richmond College. Early ideas for a Wicked Lester. So much fun. And it's all in this book, man. You can just flip through it and lose yourself, literally lose yourself for days in this book. A lot of cool stuff in here. The Kiss auction book. Well worth the hunt and well worth the dive in. So there you have the Kiss auction book. I just did a quick scan of eBay, and of course this may blow your mind, but of course there are people selling the auction book for far more than I believe. Far more than I believe it is worth. But don't take that to heart, because I did see that one sold for around $75, which isn't bad if you think that I bought this auction book for $45 20 years ago. So it's not a bad price. I'm sure you can find one, and I highly recommend, if you love books like history and just looking at old merch, you will love this book and you will enjoy this book immensely. So I would advise picking one up. They're out there. You can find them for a fairly decent price. While I've got Large Marge here, I'm going to say, please be good to your babies. Spay, neuter, microchip. Our Bob Barker PSA coming in a little early at the ending of this vlog, but I want to know from you, what would be your dream piece of Kiss merchandise? Mine would be those Phantom robes. My goodness, so much fun. But what would be yours? What would be your dream piece of actual Kiss owned items to have in your home? What would be yours? Let's celebrate the fun of being a Kiss fan down in those comments. So leave me your answers down in those comments. What is your dream piece of Kiss merchandise, like Kiss owned merchandise? Leave those comments down there. Let's celebrate the fun of being a Kiss fan down in those comments. Be good to your babies. Large Marge, you coming back? And there she is. Be good to your babies. Spay, neuter, microchip. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. Thank you for waxing the Kiss auction book. My name is Rick. This is Large Marge. This is It's All For You Demon, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. Take care, be safe. I will talk to you soon.